in a quiet residential block of Gary, Indiana. A modest, single-family home once stood. To neighbors, it was unremarkable. Weathered siding, a narrow porch, blinds drawn against the Midwestern wind. To those who entered, it became something else entirely. A place many would later describe not merely as haunted, but infested with an intelligence that seemed deliberate, watchful, and hostile. The structure was demolished in January 2016 by paranormal investigator and television host Zach, best known for Ghost Adventures. Zach had purchased the property in 2014 for $35,000 after the former tenant, Latoya Ammons, claimed that she and her 3 children had been subjected to demonic possession inside the house between 2011 and 2012. Zach later documented his experiences there in the film Demon House, portions of which included the home's destruction, an act he said was meant to prevent exploitation and further disturbance of what he believed lingered on the land. The allegations began shortly after Ammons and her family moved into the residence in November 2011. In the dead of winter, large black horseflies reportedly swarmed the enclosed front porch, clustering on windows and walls despite freezing temperatures. Exterminators were called. The insects returned. Soon came heavier disturbances. Ammons described hearing deliberate footsteps pacing through empty rooms, measured, masculine strides that continued even when the house was still. Shadowy figures appeared first at the edge of her vision, then openly in doorways and hallways. On one occasion, she claimed unseen hands wrapped around her throat. Her children, witnesses said, endured the most violent episodes. During a sleepover, her 12-year-old daughter allegedly levitated above her bed while asleep, descending only after relatives encircled her in prayer. The girl reportedly had no memory of the event the following morning. Ammons' young son was said to have been thrown across a room by an unseen force. Episodes of growling, altered voices, and vacant rolling eyes were described by family members and later by medical staff. In April 2012, events escalated at Methodist Hospital Northlake campus. According to reports from the hospital staff that were present, Ammons' son growled, displayed unusual strength, and in one account walked backward up a wall. Captain Charles Austin of the Gary Police Department publicly stated that he believed something preternatural was occurring. In one incident, he reported that his patrol car radio abruptly surged to deafening static before emitting a demonic voice that asked, "You in there?" An audio recording made by officers investigating the home captured what sounded like a faint but distinct whisper, "Hey."
Oh, they're burning stuff all over the place here.
That's where.
I'm surprised the fire department hasn't been here.
In 2014, a photograph published by the Indianapolis Star, taken by police outside the vacant home, appeared to show a dark figure peering from a porch window. The image circulated widely, reinforcing the house's reputation. The basement became a focal point of fear. The family claimed the door would rattle violently from the inside after being locked. Dogs were heard barking below ground, though no animals were present. A clear, odorless oil reportedly seeped down the blinds. Footprints appeared where no one had walked. In response, Father Michael Maginot sought and received permission from the Bishop of Gary to perform an exorcism. After weeks of investigation, he concluded that Ammons herself appeared to be the primary target of oppression. During one rite, he pressed a crucifix to her forehead. She convulsed violently, ceasing only when it was removed. He later stated that he believed the home harbored numerous entities and referred to it as a possible portal to hell. 3 exorcisms were conducted, and afterwards, the phenomena reportedly diminished. The family ultimately left the property later that year. Ammons has consistently denied fabricating the events, maintaining that no conceivable benefit could justify the ordeal she describes. Zach soon acquired the property, documenting alleged anomalies of his own. In one scene from his film, a guttural, animalistic sound is heard as he reacts in visible alarm. Moments later, a shadow passes the camera frame. After demolition, only an empty lot remained. In February 2014, a man in Japan set out alone to explore an abandoned house rumored to be haunted. The structure was deteriorating and lightless, its rooms hollowed by neglect. He moved carefully, recording as he went, documenting the stillness. Eventually, he reached a bathroom, and as he slowly panned the camera across the room, something appeared in the frame, so subtle it is almost imperceptible on first viewing. Through a broken window, a woman's face can be seen glaring at him. The face bears an uncanny resemblance to Kayako Saeki from the Grudge horror movies. In those films, Kayako is the victim of a brutal murder committed by her husband who kills both her and their young son before taking his own life. The violence anchors their spirits to the home, transforming it into a place of relentless haunting where anyone who enters becomes part of the curse. It's possible that the woman seen in the video was murdered in the house and is seeking revenge just like Kayako. On November 28, 2017, a 360-degree video was uploaded to YouTube that quickly drew attention. The footage opens inside a building, its exact location unclear, possibly somewhere in Singapore, Australia, or China. A man sits alone at a desk, focused on his computer. The room is silent, but soon the silence is shattered when a door alarm goes off. Startled, the man turns in his chair. As he rises and cautiously approaches the entrance, the door behind him opens on its own. Finding nothing at the front door, the man returns to his desk and attempts to resume work. The calm does not last. From a darkened room nearby, a sudden crash echoes through the building. The man flinches. Seconds later, the lights flicker on in the room. With visible hesitation, he makes his way toward the noise. Inside the room, he discovers an object on the floor, apparently the source of the sound. But there is no one else present. With no one in sight, the man switches off the lights and steps outside of the room. But as soon as he does, the door behind him slams shut. Then a chair positioned several feet away begins to roll toward him. That is enough. He turns and runs, fleeing the building. After a brief, oppressive silence, the door that had just slammed shut creaks open once more. The lights flicker on again, and in the reflection of the door's window, a dark, indistinct figure stands where no one should be. The door then slams shut one final time, ending the video. For more episodes, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications.